As you can see, they're still putting the finishing touches on exhibits here at NBAA in Orlando. This will be Ed Bolen's fourth show as president, and 2008 presents new challenges primarily because of tough economic conditions. AIN TV's Charles Alcock had a chance to sit down with Ed Bolen and ask him about this year's show.
We're outside the Orange County Convention Center, and I'm with NBAA President Ed Bolen. Now, Ed, recent NBAA shows have seen almost unprecedented volumes of backlogs being announced. We've seen wave upon wave of new aircraft being announced. Can this year's show really keep up with that level of dynamism, or would it be more reasonable to expect a somewhat lower key event this year?
Well, clearly the economic environment, high oil prices, tight credit, is affecting everything in the United States. Having said that, we think that this is going to be an outstanding show. We've got every square foot of convention center space is full of exhibitors. We've got a static display that will have 140 aircraft. And we're expecting attendance to be good. So we think this will be a strong show. We think there will be product announcement. We think there will be positive news coming out of that. So while business aviation is certainly not immune from the overall economic environment in the United States, I think this will be a strong show, and I think we'll have a good story to tell.
That's excellent. Now, outside the show, of course, many operators are now facing challenging times in terms of rising costs and so on. What is the NBAA doing to help its members to remain viable and to keep business aviation a cost-efficient mode of transportation?
Well, we're trying to communicate with them. You know, in the past, NBAA has worked with the general aviation manufacturers on studies that have showed that companies that operate airplanes return more to shareholders than companies that do not. We continue to go out with different types of products and services like our Travel Sense, which allows companies to really understand whether the business airplane, commercial transportation, cars, what makes sense for a specific mission. And we also spend a lot of time in our newsletters with our tips and tools talking about various ways that you can make sure you're as efficient as possible. Over the summer, of course, as the fuel prices went up, a lot of information about how to make sure you are as efficient as possible with your fuel expenditures. So really it's a matter of communicating as much as we can about the efficiencies possible and the ways to make business aviation really an important, viable transportation tool.
Indeed. Now, what other hot topics will be on the agenda here this week in Orlando?
Well, I think the products will be what will be the big topic. We do expect some exciting announcements. There will be a lot of exciting stuff on the floor, a lot of innovative stuff coming to the market, and always that's really the heart and soul of our NBAA. We'll be talking about other issues that are out there. User fees, as you know, have been a consistent threat, attacks by the nation's big airlines on business aviation. We'll make sure everybody is up to speed on all of that. There are some security programs that are under consideration by the federal government, environmental issues, and I think the economic environment will be a front burner topic of conversation.
Thank you very much. Well, Ed, we're as excited as you are about this week's show. For AIN TV, I'm Charles Alcock. Back to you, Ed.
Thanks, Charlie. And stay with AINTV.com for all the latest from NBAA in Orlando. For now, I'm Ed Highland.